For those who are new to the channel, I share videos and tutorials here on YouTube, and you can find free high-resolution photo references on my Patreon site. If you like what I do and you want to support me, you can show your love over at Patreon. Hey guys, I'm Elis Wong, and today I'm going to share with you a time-lapse video with commentary on how I sketched this tiger. If you're new to my channel and you want to start sketching, you can check out this playlist right here, which I'll put in a pop-up link so you can check that out. It is me trying to teach how to sketch, and it starts from what are the tools I use, how do you use them, and even do a demonstration from start to finish on a simple like teapot, because I feel that subject matter is a little bit easier, more beginner, and then it'll just like slowly form to like birds. And in this video is just a quick one, a quick time lapse with my thoughts, voiceover on how I sketched this tiger. And without further ado, hope you enjoy. I like to start with charcoal because it's the darkest lead I have, and the fact that it is matte makes it easier to handle if you lay down the charcoal first, compared to graphite, as graphite is very glossy and slippery, making charcoal much harder to stick onto, so that's the main reason why I started with charcoal. It also helps to lay down the darkest black I have. When I started out sketching when I was much younger, I tend to shade very lightly because I was not confident enough to go that dark. What makes black and white artwork so beautiful is this presence of contrast, the look of such bright features being accompanied by really dark blacks, and everything in between. It's much like the world and life itself. White and black is beautiful, but slight grays in between is what makes life interesting. In all my artworks, my favorite parts are the eyes. They are the first things we notice because we rely so much of it through communication. I always love to spend my time on the eyes to make it as real as possible. I use a combination of really slight charcoal with a blending stump, the darkest B pencils I have, and a mechanical pencil for those minute details. It is much easier to do art if you break them down into bite-sized practices. Start really vague and slowly filter it through by adding more details. So what I usually do is I go through it with charcoal pencils while using a blending stump to spread the darkness of the charcoal around, basically blocking in the darker areas. I then use the pencils to either block in some lighter shade into that area, or I use it to illustrate fur by adding soft lines. I then finish it off with a mechanical pencil for those finer details. Sometimes I will go through it with a blending stump again, as I feel there should be more shade in there, and finish it off with a mechanical pencil once more if necessary. You can notice me using this practice again and again for new areas. To me, it doesn't really matter where I start or finish. I may have begun at the cheeks, but I can jump to the jaw or the ear and then go back to finish the cheek. I do what I feel is comfortable for myself to get the job done. I don't have a track. As long as it feels good and right, that's what I'll do. There should not be the one way to do things. Everybody has their different practices. You may view this and say my method may not suit yours, or you've seen my video and feel parts of it work for you and modify it to fit you. That's perfectly fine. Do what feels right for you. It's your artwork after all, and as long as the end result makes you happy, does it really matter in the end? As I move over to the body, I don't spend as much time on it compared to the face, because the face has a lot of short fur compared to the rest of the body. Most of the time, I will spend a lot of time on the animal's face because of the short fur. Doing realism means following some forms of nature, and nature has built animals to generally have short fur on their faces, much longer fur on their neck, and medium fur for their body. I use a reference photo so I can get this as accurate as possible. Although I'm not focusing too much on the little details, but I try to be consistent with the shading, i.e. the amount of darkness and light with the face and the body. When I feel I'm almost done, I will go over the tiger to do a little tweaking and finishes here and there. Sketching the water was a little difficult for me, as this was my first time I had to sketch water. Sometimes it's better to not think of what it is you're drawing, but looking at it as an incomprehensible clump of patterns, and just go with the flow. Pun not intended. I look at my reference photo, I cannot quite understand how water works, how they look the way they do. Its fluidity and beauty often leaves me in confusion of how to illustrate it. In some cases, when it's all too difficult for me, I just try my best of my abilities to copy the reference photo like a parrot. It doesn't quite look like the photo itself, but I try to get that overall feel. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you really enjoyed the video, and if you did, I really appreciate that like and subscribe. It will help the channel so much. So I share free reference photos, videos, tutorials, and anything else I can. And if you like to support what I do, you can head over to Patreon and help pledge to support me. That will help so much. And with that said, I would like to thank my patrons over at Patreon. You guys always support me month to month. It really helps. It's a big encouragement. It really pushes me to do what I do every day. If you'd like to stay up to date with what I do, you can follow me at Instagram. That's where I'm most active at. And that's all for today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!